will speak on Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Srila Prabhupada, in the introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam, writes the entire biography of Lord Chaitanya. He says that he is a living Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the personification of Bhagavatam. He is not different from Krishna. So if Srila Prabhupada has written the entire life story, pastimes of Mahaprabhu in the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam, that means the success of Srimad Bhagavatam class is if we can glorify Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there are many ways of discussing Lord Chaitanya. I want to briefly speak about the principle of renunciation that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exemplified. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Lord Krishna has 6 opulences, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also demonstrated 6 opulences: beauty, knowledge, strength. And one of the most amazing opulences is renunciation. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's speciality is that he taught us what exactly is renunciation. See, one of the reasons why we are not developing Krishna Prem, affection for Krishna, love for Krishna, is because of our material attachments. We have so much of attachments in this world that we are unable to give it up and hold on to Krishna completely. So Krishna is everything for a devotee, but we also want to be happy in this world. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us how we can completely free ourselves from material attachment. Generally we think, oh, giving up material attachment means leaving family, leaving business. No. There is a deeper sense of giving up, deeper sense of renunciation that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exemplified. But first we need to understand the importance of giving up, importance of release, importance of letting go our attachments, our prejudices, our conceptions, our ideas about this world, of how this world can give me happiness. All that we have to give up. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur gave a famous story of a wedding party that was going across the river. And the boatman said, I will row you across. Just go to sleep, no problem. So they all went to sleep and the boatman kept rowing the whole night. And next morning when the sun rose, all of them woke up and they saw they're still in the same place. The boat had not gone ahead at all. They were shocked and the boatman said, look at me, I'm sweating. I worked so hard the whole night. He was working hard the whole night and still the boat did not move an inch because the boatman had not removed the anchor which ties the boat to the land. So Bhaktivedanta Thakur gave this story to explain how we are chanting, we are doing so many things in devotional service, coming to temple, putting on tilak, doing deity worship. But because we're not giving up our attachments, we are holding on. So therefore, the solution for this, how we can release ourselves from material entanglement, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught through his instructions and through his pastimes. The 11th canto, 5th chapter, verse number 34 explains Lord Chaitanya's incarnation. Tektva sudushtaja surepsitarajya lakshmim dharmishta arya vachasa yatagadharanyam maya mragam daita epsitamang vadhavad vande mahapurushate charanaravindam. What is most difficult to give up? Tektva sudushtaja surepsitarajya lakshmim, the goddess of wealth. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu easily gave it up. Dharmishta arya vachasa yatagadharanyam, because a Brahmana cursed. To honor that, yatagadharanyam, Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Maya mrigam daita epsidam dadav, those who are in Maya, the conditioned living entities. Mahaprabhu ran behind them to save them. Vande mahapurushate charanaravinda. So Mahaprabhu has come to this world, he has performed pastimes, he took to the path of renunciation to teach us how to give up material attachment and hold on to Krishna. And Bhagavad Gita also teaches us that ultimately we have to renounce this idea that we are doing everything, we are God. Prakrite kriyamanani gune karmani sarvashah ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. We have this idea that I am the doer, I am great, I am wonderful. Renunciation means giving up this conception and understanding that Krishna is the doer. And Mahaprabhu taught us this through two beautiful verses in his Shikshashtakam. First one, Pranadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishtunam Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahri. To the extent we can practice humility and tolerance and respect everyone and become self-effacing, which means not demanding respect from others. That is self-efface, apne aap ko mita dena. To the extent we practice this, glorifying others and keeping ourselves out of the picture, to that extent we can develop attachment to Krishna. And renunciation actually means this. And when we practice this humility, we'll develop the qualities that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embodied in the next verse of Shikshashtakam. Nadanam najanam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhakti rahe tuki tvai. Mahaprabhu is saying, I don't want dhanam, I don't want wealth, I don't want followers, I don't want beautiful women to enjoy, I don't want to be famous, I don't want followers. Birth after birth, I want to be your servant. So this is actually the renunciation. Renunciation is not simply giving up cloth or taking up saffron, but understanding that Krishna is the doer, I am not the doer. And everyone is worshipable to me, I am their servant. Self-effacing and respecting others. This is what Mahaprabhu taught us. This is renunciation because this is very difficult. See, people may give donation. But, so that may appear to be renunciation, giving 10 lakh rupees, 1 crore rupees. But after giving that money, somebody may still want his name to be there on the board saying that he has renounced. In some places, they give donation to the temple and different things of the temple. The fan is donated by somebody, the chair is donated by somebody, and that donor's name is written on the chair, on the fan. In fact, sometimes in the fan there are 3 blades. Each blade is donated by someone. So each blade has a different name. Any donation you give, I want a name. So that means we are given externally, we are giving up. We are practicing renunciation. But subtle level, I still have a desire to be famous. It's not just about donors and grahasthas. Even as brahmacharis, we may externally give up objects of sense gratification, but we may want to be famous. We may want more followers on social media. So it is not easy. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu practiced this renunciation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embodied this renunciation. One of the most amazing pastimes is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the boat with his friend. And they were talking about life in general. They were having nice friendly chat. And this friend said, yeah, I've written a book on Nyaya and grammar. And Lord Chaitanya, as Nimai Pandit, was the greatest scholar. And he very nonchalantly said, oh, I also written a book on the same topic. As soon as he said that, the friend's face became morose. Because the friend realized that, oh, Nimai Pandit has written a book on the same topic. Then who will read my book? And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately sensed the disappointment in the face of his friend. So then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately told him, no, I have not written the book. I was thinking of writing, but I'm not going to write. So he changed the topic. And then later on, quietly, when the friend was not around, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his book and put it in the Ganga. During those days, there was no soft copy or another copy. He just gave up that book so that his friend is honored, he doesn't feel insecure. So actually, if you are Vaishnava, actually if you are a renunciant, you will not want to disturb others. So humility means to become अपने आप को मिटा देना, self-effacing, और दूसरे को सामने रखना. So therefore, his friend, his book became. So Mahaprabhu did not write his book because so that his friend doesn't feel insecure. Even Madhavendra Puri in Ramuna became very famous because Gopinath had stolen sweet rice for him. So he thought, now if he stayed there, the pujari came running to the market. Will he, whose name is Madhavendra Puri, please come forward and collect this sweet rice? Gopinath has stolen this sweet rice for you. Because Gopinath came in the dream of the pujari. What a sensational news in Remuna. And Madhendrapuri came forward, he took that sweet rice, and then he realized by morning he will become very famous Babaji there, Acharya. So Rato Rat he ran away from there because he didn't want people to worship him. But Kaviraj Goswami says that Lord Chaitanya is telling this pastime to his associates Mukunda, Nityananda, Damodar, Jagannatha. And Mahaprabhu is telling them, Pratishtara Bhaye Puri Gela Palana. प्रतिष्ठा के भय से माधवेंद्रपुरी पलायन हो गए. माधवेंद्रपुरी ran away out of fear of getting famous. But प्रतिष्ठारा भय पुरी गेला पलाना, Krishna prema pratishtha chale sange gadana. But he loves Krishna so much that Krishna prem, he has so much Krishna prem that his pratishtha ran ahead of him and reached Jagannath Puri before he reached, without social media. When he went to Puri, the news had already spread there that Madhavendra Puri has come. But the point is, why I'm saying this incident is, Madhavendra Puri did not want to be famous. Lord Chaitanya did not want to be writing a book which will make him famous and his friend less. This is the renunciation that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach, not externally taking sannyas. And this can be practiced by Grahastha, Brahmachari, anyone. Matajis, girls, boys, we all can practice this. That's why Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur said, what kind of a Vaishnava are you? What is that bhajan he sang? How does it begin? Dushta mana tumi kisera Vaishnava. What kind of a Vaishnava are you? Pratishtara asha sukarera vishtha. He says it's the dung of a boar. The pig eats human stool and then passes stool. So you can imagine how abominable that must be. So that is the desire. But you may say, but Prabhuji, by karma we get fame. Some people become famous. Isn't it? Like, sometimes some people have a karma. Like Gaur Poornima was once sharing one story that he posted one video which somebody else had made, and and he mentioned also, it's not mine. He just shared because he liked it. But the original person who posted it, he had no views. And the same when Gaur Prabhu posted, it became millions of views, so much so that I think president of 2-3 countries also, they posted it in the name of Gaur Prabhu, acknowledging Gaur Prabhu. So you are saying, kya karma hai? I have nothing to do with this. Every social media post carries its own baggage of karma. So what can we do about it? So that karma we cannot throw away. आपके भाग्य में है तो आएगा. So does that mean that renunciation means if you have become famous you throw it away? If you are having some talent, does that renunciation means deny that? If you are a good singer and somebody says, Prabhuji, you sing very well. So does renunciation means to say that no, I sing very bad? No, renunciation does not mean denying. And now they're discussing how, if we get fame, if we get good qualities, then how do we practice renunciation? Renunciation does not mean denying some quality. If you're a good singer, for example, you can't say that I don't sing well at all if people are appreciating you. In that situation, renunciation means acknowledging that the ability to sing well is coming from Krishna. Giving credit to where it is due is actually renunciation. We should be humble and give credit to others because they are the ones who are responsible for our success. So there is this glass and mirror paradigm. You could be always living with the glass or with the mirror. Your house could be made of glass or it could be made of mirrors. Your internal house. So all of us have these two houses. Glass means you can see through. Mirror means whom do you see when you look at the mirror? Yourself. Glass means you see outside. So for some people, when they are successful, they see the glass. They see the people who are responsible for their success. And when they fail, when they suffer, they see the mirror. They understand that it is my fault. But for many people in this world, when they are successful, they see the mirror. And when they suffer, they see the glass. So humility, renunciation means giving credit where it is due. I'll give a simple example. This journey of self-discovery book, BBC, what is that? Basic Bhagavad Gita course, Premadi Prabhu wrote. Such amazing stories, logic. But last so many years I know him. I think 2012 was the first time I assisted him in writing the book. That time I remember. From then, and before that also I have seen him. Never once I have caught him on the wrong foot. He has always given credit to all the other devotees, saying that they are responsible for giving the content of the book. I have not created it. I have not created this. It is always other devotees. I am simply repeating what is there in our temple. Devotees have spoken. All the example stories are what I've heard. Actually, a lot of things are his. The connection, the flow, the acronyms, everything is his. But he knows that it's all coming from a whole teamwork. So many devotees have shared. Like even Gaur Gopal Prabhu, in all his, you see his social media interviews, so many big people, so many places. Immediately he gives credit to the monastery, the ashram where he lives. He always gives credit to the other monks. So this is the mood in which a devotee lives. Renunciation means not taking credit for anything. Like one of the most amazing pastimes is when Vallabha Bhatt comes to Jagannath Puri. He's glorifying Lord Chaitanya because he wants attention of Lord Chaitanya. And he has this idea that he is a very great scholar and he's written better commentaries than other commentators. And, when he glorifies Lord Chaitanya, but Lord Chaitanya immediately tells him, Lord Chaitanya teaches him, instructs him through his own natural humility and renounced spirit. Now Lord Chaitanya says, oh, I am nobody. Vallabha says, no, you are such a wonderful, you're the Supreme Lord, you have so much taste in chanting, you're discussing Vrindavan, he glorifies Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya says, the holy names, the glories of holy names I have learned from Haridas Thakur. Immediately he gives credit to Haridas Thakur. And the science of devotional service, I'm speaking about it, I've learned it from Advaita Acharya. He is the one who has taught me the science of devotional service. And renunciation and simplicity, you are glorifying me for this? I learned that from Nityananda Prabhu. And the mellows of Vrindavan, Braja Bhakti is the highest. That is taught to me by Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami. And Madhurya Rasa, the conjugal rasa, the mellows of Gopi's love for Krishna. I'm learning all of that from Ramananda Rai. And Kirtan, the glories of the holy name and the Kirtan rasa. Mukunda is teaching me all of this. And humility, I'm learning from Gadadhar Pandit. So Mahaprabhu gives credit to all the other devotees. See, we generally take credit for even things we don't do. We like if somebody appreciates us for what we have not done. And here Mahaprabhu is doing everything. He is the Supreme Lord. He is giving the power. He is empowering others. But he's also giving credit to the devotees. He's not taking the credit. He genuinely feels they are glorious. He genuinely feels that they are responsible for all the good qualities that he has. He is not taking credit for it. He actually feels it. This is the nature of the Lord. Why does Lord come as, there is this famous verse. The Lord Vishnu, this pastime, he comes as a small baby sucking his own toe. Kararavindena padaravindam mukharavindam viniveshayantam vatasya patrasya pute shayanam balam mukundam manasa smarami. So the Lord is lying on that lotus leaf and he's sucking his own thumb. It's a beautiful sight. Why did he do that? Because as Lord Vishnu, he can't do that. It would be very embarrassing. But why? Okay, even as Lord Vishnu, why did he want to do that? Because he wants to know my devotees are so special. They are meditating on my lotus feet and they are glorifying my feet and they want shelter of my feet, my toes. So what is there what nectar is there? I want to taste it. So the Lord takes his devotees so seriously, he wants to know what they are relishing. So He is giving them so much importance. Oh, they are understanding this. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation is also that only. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladini Shaktirasmat Ekatmanav Api Bhuvi Pura Deha Bedam Gato Chaitanyakyam Prakatamaduna Tatvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvaditam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. So Radha Krishna, Radharani is the Ladini potency of Krishna, not different from Krishna, like sun and sunlight are not different. So one Krishna has become two, Radha and Krishna. Now Radha and Krishna who are two have become one, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna who has come in Radha, Bhava and Dyuti, complexion of Radharani and mood of Radharani. But why did he come like that? Why did he come as that mood of Radharani? Because Krishna is wondering, what is that Radharani is relishing so much about me? Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanyayeva Swadhyo Ena Bhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Va Madhya Saukyam Chasya Madanu Bhavataha Kidrisham Veti Lobha Tadbhavadaya Samajani Sachi Garbha Sindhu Harindu. Three reasons. What is the glory of Radharani? What is the happiness that she is experiencing in remembering me? And what are my own qualities that is attracting her so much to me? To know this, Lord Chaitanya has appeared in the ocean of the womb of Sachi Mata. The full moon has arisen in this ocean. So this is another example of how Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. Krishna wants to know what his devotees are experiencing, genuinely glorifying them, genuinely. That is actually renunciation. See, everything is coming from Lord Chaitanya. When Damodar Pandit was into Navadvip and he came back. So he was very frank, a very simple-hearted person, Damodar Pandit. Lord Chaitanya asked him, so how is the mother doing in Navadvip? How is the devotional service going on? Damodar Pandit became furious. He said, you are asking how is your mother's devotional service going on? How dare you ask that question? How is her devotional service? She is the mother of the universe. She is your mother. Whatever devotional service you are doing is because of her. So Mahaprabhu was very happy. He said, yes. See, he is the cause of all the qualities. He is the cause of all devotionally good things that we are seeing. In fact, the Bhagavatam says, Lord Vishnu says, that I have got the power of delivering all the people from material world. That power has come to me because of my devotees. It is my devotees' power. Because of them, I am able to deliver the people of this world. And that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood is. Before taking sannyas, he was a grahastha. He was Nimai Pandit. So his wife Vishnu Priya and he, as grahasthas, they would serve menially. In fact, Lord Chaitanya would go to the bank of Ganga and he would catch Vaishnavas and help them in their deity worship. He would carry their deity paraphernalia. He would wash their clothes. He would carry their belongings. If somebody was traveling to outside town, he would carry their belongings. And many times actually, they invited sannyasis home for prasadam, and he and Vishnu Priya and Sachimata would cook for them and feed them. Giving honor, giving respect, that is renunciation. And when Ishwarapuri was at Navadvip, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would attend his classes every day. He was speaking from Krishna Samhita. And Ishwarapuri told Lord Chaitanya, oh Nimai, you are a great scholar. I am writing one book. Can you please edit that book? And Lord Chaitanya said, oh, no editing of your book. You are a pure devotee of Krishna. Ishwarapuri said, no, Nimai, you are a great scholar. So there may be some technical mistake. You can please correct it. But then Lord Chaitanya said, anybody who finds fault in the works of a pure devotee is condemned. Anything you say is perfect because your love for Krishna is perfect. There is no fault in your work. Ishwara Puri said, no, Nimai Pandit, I want to write this book. So you are expert in the subject. You can tell me something, some feedback. But then as a service, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the book, read it, and after a few days he gave a feedback, a minor correction, which was a Sanskrit, there was a verb. So he suggested that you could use the verb in a different way than it is being used in the present context. So Ishwara Puri said, okay, I will consider it. And after some time, Ishwara Puri came back to Lord Chaitanya and said, I considered what you said, but my original presentation is actually correct. And he explained. And he countered Lord Chaitanya's point. And Lord Chaitanya was quiet. He accepted. This is very interesting. Here is a person who has defeated the great Keshav Kashmiri, who was the greatest scholar ever on planet. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, undefeated, the greatest scholar ever known. And he's quietly accepting the correction by spiritual master. So this is renunciation. We are not able to take a feedback from another devotee. Here, Lord, the Supreme Lord is taking feedback. He is willing to be corrected. Sometimes, we teach devotees non-violent communication. It's interesting. It's a paradox. Genuinely, we are supposed to understand others. But we don't understand others. We want to be understood. So I remember we taught these needs and feelings, how to non-violent communication by Marshall Rosenberg. So we taught this. So how to express your needs and feelings and all that. All that whole seminar, workshop, the notes also I shared. And then one devotee wrote a very intense email giving feedback to some other devotees, correcting them. And that whole language was in the needs and feelings language. But the other devotees felt very offended. And it became a mess. And then this devotee came and said, what did I do wrong? I expressed my needs. I expressed my feelings. And that's the way you're supposed to say. That is non-violent communication. I said, Prabhu, there are two aspects to non-violent communication. One is to express your needs and feelings, and other is to understand the other person's needs and feelings also. So we are very good at expressing our needs and feelings in a non-violent way. But it becomes violence because you're not understanding the other person's needs and feelings. And he said, no, but I don't want to understand him because if I try to understand him, he will play with words and he will confuse me and he will not accept his fault. So better to write an email to him. I said, that is a very big problem here. You don't want to sit with him and understand his needs and feelings, not because he will juggle you with words. It is because your false ego is threatening you, because if you sit and listen to him and understand him, you may realize that he has a valid point and you may have to soften your stand, and our ego doesn't allow us to accept that we could be wrong. It requires a lot of humility and willingness to be influenced by others. We don't want to be influenced by others. That's why actual humility, the spirit of renunciation, is to be willing to accept others, respect others. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was in Jagannath Puri, I often speak this pastime of Mahaprabhu and that Odia woman. She was a very simple, unknown lady. And she stepped on Lord Chaitanya's shoulder to take darshan of Jagannath. And it is shocking. She was a very simple woman. Lord Chaitanya is a sannyasi. And she felt very bad that she did an aparadh. She excused herself in a hurry and she left. And Govinda was the one who pointed out this, and Govinda chastised that lady and drove her away. But Lord Chaitanya chastised Govinda, saying that this lady is a very pure devotee. Tararti deki Prabhu kohite lagila, etarti Jagannath more nahi dila. Oh, that kind of attachment she has for Jagannath, I don't have that. And she is doing all of this because she is Jagannathized. Jagannatha vishtaya tanu mana prane moraskanda pada diyache tato nahi jan. She is fully immersed in Jagannath. And our wish, not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sannyasi, Brahman, incarnation of the Lord. And he's saying, and that Mataji is unknown to anyone. And Mahaprabhu says, that's a very nice verse. Aho Bhagyavati Vandiyar Pai. Hiyara Prasada Oiche Arti Amar Bahai. He says, Oh, Bhagyavati, she is the most fortunate woman. Vandi Hiyar Pai. I offer my respectful obeisance at the lotus feet. Because here, Tahara Prasad, if I get her Prasad, if I get her blessings, then I will also get the same eagerness for Jagannath which she has. So, this is the ability to respect others. Amani Manadena. So, this is self-effacing. Chaitanya, ordinary people would come when Lord Chaitanya was in Navadvip, they would come to offer him. And there's one pastime where all these ordinary, simple Navadvip residents came to Lord Chaitanya with some gifts. Lord Chaitanya looked at them, offered full dandavat to them, chanted, danced with them, honored each one of them. He is the Supreme Lord and is honoring simple devotees and taking dust because he considers them genuinely that they have love for Krishna and I am inadequate in front of him. Once in the middle of the kirtan, he ran and jumped into Ganga and wanted to give up his life. When devotee saved him, he said, the fact that I'm alive means I don't love Krishna. Because if I love Krishna, I would die in separation. Why did you save my life? So he is in this mood that he doesn't love Krishna. So like this, there are unlimited pastimes where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and not only Mahaprabhu exemplified this renunciation spirit, which is extremely important for us to develop love for Krishna. To the extent we can give up this attachment to my ideas, to respect for myself, to the extent we can give up that desire, to that extent we can attract Krishna's mercy. And if you see the persons that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered, they also exemplified this mood. Like it's one of the most amazing examples in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes is our illustrious Acharya, whom we follow. We are all called Rupanugas because we are followers of Rupa Goswami. I think he is the most amazing example because he was the most self-effacing. He never wanted name, fame. At the same time, see, we may say, oh, I'm ordinary, I don't have any talent, I'm not so good, I don't know anything. But that's not humility, that is just honesty. We actually don't know anything. But somebody like Rupa Goswami, he genuinely feels when he's saying, I'm fallen, I'm insignificant, that's not honesty, that's actually humility. Because he is deeply convinced. And that's why he got the most intimate mercy of Lord Chaitanya. See, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in Rath Yatra. And while dancing, he's looking at Jagannath. Now he is in the mood of Radharani. And Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna. So he started singing a local popular song of those days. There was a very popular song during those days where a lover is telling the beloved, you are youthful, handsome, I am your lover. But my heart is not with you here. I want to be on the bank of Reva, under the Vitasi tree. This is not the place I want to be. The whole mood of that song is, I love you, I know you love me, but jaga acha nahi hai. We should be somewhere else. The whole idea is Lord Chaitanya is in that mood that this is Jagannath is Krishna, I am Radharani, but this place is not Vrindavan, this is Kurukshetra. We should go back to Vrindavan. In that mood, internal mood is that. But externally from his mouth comes out a song which was a very popular Bollywood song of those days. Mm-hmm. So when people in the Rath Yatra, when Mahaprabhu started singing that song loudly, they were like, "Hey, क्या हो गया? प्रभु जी क्या गा रहे हैं? बहुत YouTube देख रहे लगता है." Imagine in Yatra we are going and the Yatra leader starts singing, "प्यार हुआ इकरार." He starts singing some Bollywood song. He was like, "अरे क्या हो गया प्रभु जी को? प्रभु जी क्या Bollywood गाना गा रहे हैं?" So Mahaprabhu was singing a very popular song of those days, where a lover is singing to her beloved. Ya kaumar haras vahi varas, tahe chaitrakshapas, techo nilita malati surabaya, brauda kadamba nila. सा चैवास्मि तथापि तत्र सुरता व्यापार लीला विधौ रेवारोदसी वेतसी तरुतले chetah samutkanthate. So the lover is singing that, oh Kaumar, we are both youthful and you have stolen my heart. And this is the Chaitra month, the full moon. And Malati, the flower, fragrance of the Malati flowers. And the Kadamba forest. And we are having the same loving dealings. But my heart is not here. Reva, Rodasi, Vetasi, Tarutale. I want to be on the bank of Reva under the Vetasi tree. My heart is hankering for that. So when some people are bewildered, Swarup Damodar Goswami understood. Oh, Lord Chaitanya is actually in the mood of Radharani who is missing Krishna. And another person who understood this was Rupa Goswami. He understood, oh, this is extraordinary. And what he didn't show off that, oh, Mahaprabhu, I understand what you're singing. He quietly wrote a commentary on that verse as a response. As Radharani talking to a gopi. And he wrote it on a palm leaf and put it on the small hut where he was staying. He actually composed two verses. One was the glorification of holy name, and the other was this verse, where he wrote a verse which says, Radharani is telling her gopi, Priya soyam Krishna sahachari Kurukshetra milita tataham saradha tadidam upayo sangama sukham तथा पंतः खेलना मधुरा मुरली पंचमाजुषे मनो में कालिंदी पुलिना विपिनाया स्पृहति. Very beautiful verse. Rupa Goswami has composed. He says, Priya soya, oh my dear friend, Sahachari, Kurukshetra, we are in Kurukshetra, I am with my lover. I am the same Radha. Tataham sa Radha tadupe. And this is Krishna. Priya soyam Krishna sahachari. Radha and Radha Saham. And our meeting is giving me a lot of happiness. But and it's everything is same. It's Krishna, but my heart is wanting to be in Vrindavan. Murali Panchama Jushe, that I want Krishna to be playing the flute in Vrindavan. Mano me Kalindi Pulina Vipinaya Spirit in the bank of Yamuna in Vrindavan. That is the place where we want to be, under the Kadamba tree. Now he did not go about, he didn't post this on his Facebook. This is the verse I've written, and getting so many likes. No. He knew what Mahaprabhu is feeling. He composed it. And another verse he wrote was on the holy name. Tunde Tandavani Vitanute Tundavali Labdaye Karna Krodha Kadambini Ghatayate Karnar Budebhyas Praham Chetah Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritam No Jano Janita Bhavat Vikriyate Krishneti Varnam Dai. Krishna, these two letters, syllables, Krishna. How much nectar is there? I don't know. Because when I chant, Tunde Tandavani Vitanute Tundavalila, I want millions of tongues so that I can chant. Karana Krodha Kadambini Ghatayate. When I hear the holy name, I want millions of ears so that I can hear more, I can chant more. And when I chant the holy name, my heart, the courtyard of my heart starts dancing, my senses become inert. I don't know how much nectar is there. No Jano Janita Bhavat Kriyate Krishneti Varnam. What a beautiful poetic composition glorifying holy name. Isn't it? Actually, if you see Rupa Goswami has composed, Rupa Goswami is the greatest poet. One more verse on holy name I've written. I have to give you this context. How Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy with him, not because of his poetic skills. Mahaprabhu glorified his poetic skills. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified his intellectual prowess. He was tested. And in front of all the Vaishnavas, he was glorified for being super excellent scholar and poet. But Lord Chaitanya's heart was conquered by something else. Another verse he composed beautiful on holy name was Syat Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapa Vidya Pitto Patapta Sarasanasya Narochikanu Kintvadaradhanudinam kaluseva jushtha swadvikramat bhavati tadgatamulahantri. He says, just keep chanting every day. Sita Pavidya, the jaundice disease will go away. Now we are finding holy name very bitter because we are suffering from jaundice. So when a jaundice person gets sugarcane juice, he finds sugarcane juice bitter. But if he keeps taking that medicine of sugarcane juice, eventually that will not only cure his jaundice, but will also rediscover the original taste of sugarcane. Similarly, right now, holy name we are finding bitter because we are suffering from avidya. But keep chanting holy name, the disease will go away. Then you'll find the taste of holy name. What compositions! And then that famous verse where he's glorifying Krishna's beauty. Where that gopi is telling another gopi, don't go to bank of Yamuna. Smeram bangi treya parichitam sachi vistirna drishtim. Vamsinasto kishalayam ujvalam chandrakena. Govindakyam hari tanumeya keshi tirto pakante. Ma prekshishta sake yadi bandhu sange strirange. Don't go on the bank of Yamuna. There is a boy there who's standing in his threefold bending forms. If he looks at you, if you're attached to your family, home, wealth, don't go. Basically, she's saying go there. But it's a very beautiful way of glorifying Krishna. So like this, so Mahaprabhu right now has seen two verses. So what happens? Mahaprabhu comes to Siddha Gokul, he picks up that palm leaf and he reads these two verses, and especially the verse on Priya Soyam, where Radharani is telling her friend that I'm missing Krishna. Mahaprabhu understands that Rupa Goswami has understood his heart. He's like, what? How did he know what I was thinking that day? Nobody knows this secret. How did he crack the code? How did he discover? Mahaprabhu becomes ecstatic. He catches Swarupa Goswami. Mora antarvarta rupa janila ke mone. How did Rupa Goswami understand what's in my heart? Mora antarvarta rupa janila ke mone. स्वरूप कहे जानी कृपा कोरिया ची आपने उनके ऊपर बहुत कृपा की है, इसलिए उनको समझ में आ गया. And that time Mahaprabhu reveals a very big secret. Prabhu कहे यो अमाय प्रयाग मिलीला. He met me in Prayag, and something very extraordinary happened in Prayag. Prabhu कहे यो अमाय प्रयाग मिलीला. Yogya Patra Jani Iyar Mora Kripartho Hoila. I realized he is a qualified candidate and I gave him my mercy by which he could understand my heart. Now the question arises, what happened in Prayag? What did Rupa Goswami do in Prayag because of which Lord Chaitanya was so happy that he gave him so much mercy? So when they met in Prayag, it was very interesting. He had gone with Vallabha, Rupa Goswami. And when they saw Lord Chaitanya, again Rupa Goswami composed two most extraordinary verses glorifying Lord Chaitanya. This is like unbelievable verses. The first verse is a famous verse we all chant. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurad Vishe Nama. Lord Chaitanya is most beneficent incarnation. Mahavadanyaya is come to give us Krishna Prema. He is Krishna, but is Krishna Chaitanya, like that. So that is a very famous verse. There's another verse he composed, which is amazingly poetic. He says, Yo Agyanamattam Bhuvanam Dayalur Ullagayam Pakarod Pramattam Swaprema Sampad Sudayat Pudeham Sri Krishna Chaitanya Amum Prapadhe. He says, oh, this world is in Agyan and they are going mad. But Lord Chaitanya, my dear Lord, you have incarnated. And what have you done? What is happening in the world right now? What is Rupa Goswami saying? What is he saying? First line. What did I just now say? 30 seconds ago. People are
going mad.
People are going mad because of Agyana. Your Agyana Mattam. They're going mad, my dear Lord. But you are Dayalu. What have you done by your Daya? Yo Agyanamattam Bhuvanam Dayalur Ullagayam Akarod Pramattam. You incarnated and made them more mad. They were Matta, you made them Pramatta. How did you make them more mad? Swaprema Sampad Sudayat Bhute. You gave them your own love. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mum Prapadde. This is like this beautiful verses. So these two verses they composed, they chanted. Lord Chaitanya was so touched. But what amazing happened that day? This is all poetic glories we discussed, Rupa Goswami. But main thing happened was Vallabh Bhatt was there. He was watching all of this. He was with Lord Chaitanya sitting there. And Rupa Goswami and Vallabh Anupam, they came. So now Vallabh Bhatt had little pride. So Lord Chaitanya wanted to make him humble. So Lord Chaitanya looked at Rupa Goswami and Anupam. And Vallabh Bhatt saw, hey, they are such amazing Vaishnavas. They're singing so nicely, they're glorifying Lord Chaitanya, and they're so effulgent. So Vallabh Bhatt ran to embrace them. Oh, you're such Vaishnavas. And Rupa Goswami spontaneously, you know what he said? Bhatta mili bare iyae due palaye dure aspurshya pamara muhi nachoiya more. Rupa Goswami says, when Bhatta went to embrace them, Vallabh Bhatt, Bhatta mili bare yahan due palaye dure, both ran away. What did they say? Asprishya, Pamar, we are uncultured, we are low class people. Nachoiya more, don't touch us. Don't come near us. Oh, Vallabh Bhatt, please don't come near us. Vallabh Bhatt is shocked. And the bigger shock for him was not that Rupa Goswami and Vallabha Anupam were running away, but the biggest shock for them was Lord Chaitanya was watching all of this. Lord Chaitanya confirms what Rupa Goswami is saying. He tells Vallabh Bhatt, oh yeah, they are right. Vallabh Bhatt, they are right. इयो न स्पर्शीय इयो जाति अतिहीन, इनको मत छुओ, इनका जाति बहुत खराब है. लॉर्ड चैतन्य से, और ये स्टोरी में ट्विस्ट है. हाउ कैन लॉर्ड चैतन्य से दिस? इयो न स्पर्शीय इयो जाति अतिहीन वैदिक याज्ञिक तुम्ही कुलीना प्रवीण. You are great Brahman, you are great scholar, you are from such a noble family. So Vallabh Bhatt is confused. I mean, they are running away, both of them. I understand they are humble. But Lord Chaitanya is saying this. Then he thinks for a moment, kya chal raha hai? How can this be like this? And then he understands. Duar muke nirantar Krishna naam suni. अरे दोनों तो हमेशा कृष्ण नाम ले रहे हैं. And Mahaprabhu is saying they are fallen. Now I understand why Mahaprabhu is saying. द्वार मुके निरंतर कृष्ण नाम सुनी बट्ट कहे प्रभु किछु इंगिता भंगी जानी. Oh, Vallabh Bhatt understood. Mahaprabhu is indirectly telling me, you rascal, you are very proud, learn humility from them. You know, some cultured people, now they don't directly get instructions. Indirectly they are told. Like in airport, no, they say, thank you for not smoking. What they want to say is don't smoke. But that's a cultured way of saying. So Mahaprabhu is telling Vallabh Bhatt, you are very proud. Learn humility from them. How he tells them? By saying that ulta. By saying that they are fallen. But Vallabh Bhatt is saying they are so advanced. Oh, he's actually telling me that I am proud. And then Vallabh Bhatt disregards what Lord Chaitanya is saying. And then he declares, he goes and embraces both of them and he says, Duar muke निरंतर नहीं द्वार मुके कृष्ण नाम करो ये नर्तन ये दुई अधम नहे ओए सर्वोत्तम. They are not adham, they are sarvottam. They are the best of human beings. So like that he embraces them. And these verses which, now this is Rupa Goswami. Now another personality who also exemplified and was empowered by Lord Chaitanya was the person with whom Rupa Goswami was staying, and that was Haridas Thakur. He is another amazing personality. When he heard this verse, Tunde Ta Andavini, the glorification of holy name, Haridas Thakur went mad. Shloka suni Haridasa hoila ullasi, nachite lagila shloker artha prashamsi. He started jumping, dancing, hearing this verse. See, he was genuinely happy to see that Rupa Goswami is composing such beautiful verses. He is the greatest chanter of holy name because he was genuinely glorifying and celebrating other devotees' success. And Haridas Thakur says, Krishna namer mahima shastra sadhu mukha jani. I already know the glories of holy name. I have heard so much glories from the shastra, from devotees. But O Rupa Goswami, what you have composed today, Krishna namer mahima shastra sadhu mukha jani, name Rama dhuri oiche kahana hi shuni. But the way you have glorified the holy name, I've never heard something extraordinary like this. And then Mahaprabhu is so happy to see Rupa Goswami, Haridas Thakur's loving dealings. Those two verses, Mahaprabhu started chanting it all the time. Dui shloke Prabhu kahe hoila mahasukh, nija bhakta guna kahe hana panchamukh. He started glorifying his devotees as if he had 5 mouths. See, this is speciality of Lord Chaitanya. When he glorifies his devotees, he glorifies them as if he has five mouths. And when Haridas Thakur left this world, Mahaprabhu was personally serving prasadam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita describes that he was serving prasadam to one person, the quantity that 5 people could eat. So while serving, he was serving as if he have capacity of 5 people. While glorifying, he was glorifying as if he has 5 tons. That is how much he valued Vaishnavas. So, and it's amazing, Haridas Thakur was born in a Yavana family. Now, generally, like we go to temple for darshan of the Lord, right? We are told by Lord and devotees chant more. We collect donations for the Lord and temple. But in Haridas Thakur's case, everything was ulta. Lord Chaitanya used to come to take his darshan every day. Jagannath is in Jagannath temple. Jagannath and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come to Siddha Bakul to meet Haridas Thakur. Generally, we go inside the temple to see Lord, but Lord is coming to see him. Secondly, we are told to chant more, but for Haridas Thakur, Lord Chaitanya was telling him, Hare, chant less, Baba. You are chanting so much. And thirdly, we are going and collecting donations for temple. But when Haridas Thakur left this world, Lord Chaitanya was going around begging alms to celebrate festival of Haridas. So this is the way Lord Chaitanya has exemplified renunciation. Now you may say, okay, for us practically, what is the lesson? It means simple. Just offer everything you have to Krishna. You are working, job, studying, your family, Krishna. This is for your pleasure. Remember Krishna somehow. Yena kena prakarena. Just remember Krishna. The Bhagavad Gita explains, Yagyata karmano netra lokoyam karma bandhana padartam karma konteya bhukta sangha samachara. Everything has to be done as an offering to Krishna. Otherwise it becomes entangling. So renunciation doesn't mean giving up. Renunciation means offering to Krishna and getting out of entanglement. And in this world also, if you see, renunciation is very attractive. If somebody gives up something, like even amongst politicians, when Gandhi, he became very famous because he lived whatever, whether he is good or bad, that's a political thing. But when people hear some leader, politician, famous personality, this giving up enjoyment, giving up facilities, it's very attractive. And even in this world, we see, Mauni Babas, there are some Babajis who don't eat food for months. Some Babajis, they sit on a thorns ka seat. When I went to Badrinath, I saw Barfani Babas. They stay in that ice cold without any clothes. That tapasya is very, very, that austerity, that renunciation is very attractive. In fact, when the Indian flag was being made, Dr. Radhakrishnan, the first president of India, he said one of the colors in the Indian flag is saffron, because that saffron color represents fire of renunciation. And every leader worth his merit in India should be willing to sacrifice his life and sacrifice everything for the greater cause. So that the spirit of renunciation, spirit of giving up is very attractive. But Radhanath Swami Maharaj was giving a class once. He said, well, the austerity and the renunciation these Babajis follow in Himalayas by dipping in Gangotri, which is -2, -3 degrees, very intense cold, that hits the body. He says that is not as painful, that is not as greater renunciation as living in a community and serving together. Because here we have to tolerate each other's false ego. He says tolerating each other's false ego is a greater renunciation than taking bath in ice cold water of Himalayas. So, and Prabhupada also told one devotee, when the devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, I have renounced everything. Srila Prabhupada said, what do you have to renounce? You have nothing. Srila Prabhupada said, one who says, I have renounced everything is a madman. It's like going to your friend's house and saying, I renounce your television, I renounce your... You go to your neighbor's house and say, I renounce your washing machine, your computer. Is it pagatwara hai kahan wo? On the other hand, if you go to your neighbor's house and say, okay, your TV, this TV is mine. These things are mine. That is called thief. You are called a thief. So most of us, we are either thieves or we are either mad people. Thief means we are enjoying others' property or we are renouncing property that doesn't belong to us. So Srila Prabhupada said, just don't go with this bhoga and tyaga. Just offer everything to Krishna. In that mode, when we live, then we are qualifying ourselves to receive Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. In this mood, let us celebrate Gaur Poornima. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that to this, all these qualities, renunciation is very difficult. At least let us have good relationship with devotees. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoye Sadhu Sangha Krishna Prema Janma Temo Punaha Mukhya Anga. Please repeat this verse. It's a very beautiful verse. Why this association of devotees is most important? At both initial days of bhakti and when you finally achieve love of Krishna, also this is needed. Very beautiful verse. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoye Sadhu Sangha Krishna Prema Janma Teho Krishna Prema Janma Teho Punaha Mukhya Anga. Krishna Bhakti, Janma, the birth of Krishna Bhakti, the root is Mula, Sadhu Sangha. And after this Krishna Bhakti, you practice, finally you get Krishna Prema, Janma, Punaha Mukhya Anga. Even that time the main thing will be Sadhu Sangha, devotee association only. And in that association, when we come together and glorify Lord Chaitanya, then the same pastime which we have been hearing for so long appears more and more relishable each year. This is another beautiful verse. We'll end with this. Chaitanya Charitraye Ikshudanda Sama Charvana Korite Hoye Rasa Aswadana. Mahaprabhu's pastimes are like Ikshudanda Sama. It's like sugar cane. Chaitanya Charitraye Ikshudanda Sama Charvana Korite Hoye. The more you chew it, Rasa Aswadana, the more you relish. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are extremely relishable if we come together. And tomorrow is a day when whole day, tomorrow and day after, 2 days, we Jagannath Mishra festival and Lord Chaitanya, just to hear from different devotees, read Chaitanya Charitamrita, glorify Lord Chaitanya. Because when Ramananda Vasu and Satyaraj Khan from Kulina Gram, they were very disturbed. They wanted Lord Chaitanya to instruct them. They said, we are fallen, we are grahasthas. What can we do? Our life is full of suffering. Grahastha Vishayami Kimora Sadhane. We are grahasthas, we are materialistic. What should we do? Grahastha Vishayami Kimora Sadhane. Shri Mukha Agya Kara Prabhu Nivedi Charane. We fall at your lotus feet. Please guide us. And Lord Chaitanya told them, Prabhu kahe Krishna seva Vaishnava sevan Nirantara karo Krishna nama sankirtan. 3 things Mahaprabhu told them. Prabhu kahe Krishna seva Vaishnava sevan and Vaishnava seva ke saath saath Naam Sankirtan. And if we do this, then the byproduct Anusanga phale kare samsare rakshay, the detachment, renunciation that we spoke about today in the beginning. Oh, so I say byproduct. I had one contact. He had a liquor business. He had 3 liquor bars in Mumbai. He said, "Oh, khali bottle sale. Oh, sharab ka khali bottle sale. He said, every day I am making a net profit of 5 lakh rupees. Just the bottles, not the liquor." Empty bottles I am making profit. This is not to give you ideas on business. But I'm just saying that this man is making 5 lakh rupees profit as a byproduct daily. Just by not the main business. So when we do these 3 things, what are the 3 things? Krishna Seva, Vaishnava Seva and Naam Sankirtan. If you do this, Anusanga phala kare samsare rakshay chitta akarshiya korai Krishna premoday. And the positive thing is, the real thing is, our heart will be attracted to Krishna and prema will develop in the heart. So this is a very simple process, but that's what we miss it because it's too simple. Why it is difficult? Why we miss it? Because we criticize devotees, we offend, we live at the level of falsehood. For this Gaur Poornima, let us make it a resolve that we will appreciate everyone, we will respect everyone, and we will live our life in a way that अपने आप को मिटा सकते हैं. That is renunciation. सबको बाकी लोगों को आगे करेंगे. Let us glorify everyone else. Let everyone who wants to preach, everyone who wants to serve, let them all get encouragement. Let them all be happy. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Let everybody be happy. And when we genuinely celebrate others' success, we will experience, Maharaj always says, if you become happy at others getting mercy, you will get more mercy than they are getting. क्या मस्त प्रोसेस है हमारा, कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, just be happy for others. That is the most difficult. So this is the most beautiful process Srila Prabhupada has given us. And let us very gratefully absorb ourselves. Spatita Pavana Avatar, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I request all of you, please come tomorrow early morning, and we are so blessed. His Holiness Sadhana Swami Maharaj has agreed to give morning class. है ना? Morning class Maharaj is giving, no? Evening is not giving. So morning we are very, he's not supposed to be on the schedule, but he's agreed to give. So come in large numbers, attend his class, sadhu sangha. I think after, I think we really can scarcely believe our good fortune that such great souls like His Holiness Vraja Bihari Maharaj is actually, such people are walking on this planet. We are living in an era when such people, the way Maharaj describes Gaur Lila, it's next level. I've never heard anyone speak Gaur Lila like this. So somebody who loves Lord Chaitanya, this is actually what Maharaj does about Lord Chaitanya. I request you to read one bhajan of Bhaktivinoda Thakur that describes Maharaj perfectly. There's a bhajan called Emona Durmati Samsara Vitore Bodiya Chinu Ami. I don't want to reveal the suspense. Go home and read that bhajan. Second, third, fourth, fifth stanza, you will say, "Hey, so Maharaj के बारे में बोल रहे." Perfect bhajan है वो. मैं हमेशा गौर पूर्णिमा के दिनों भजन को याद करता हूँ because that describes what Maharaj is doing in our lives. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, "Oh Lord Chaitanya, you sent this personality who is glorifying you." So the way Bhaktivinoda Thakur is glorifying his guru as being sent by Lord Chaitanya because he glorifies you. So you can connect that bhajan to our own spiritual master. So like this, let us remember our great fortune that we are in this movement, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, and let us celebrate other success. Mahaprabhu said just do two things: chant Hare Krishna and glorify other devotees. Chant Hare Krishna and glorify others. Make love everyone. Give everyone your heart.